scrapbooking friends. It is the fourth Thursday of the month, so it is time again for my collaboration with my amazing talented friend Kimberly Sparks. We take a recipe from the 52 Scrapbooking Project Recipe book that Creative Memories released last year, and we make it our own. This month, we are going to be using project recipe number 22. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So, this is the layout that they are using, or the product that they're using in their layout is from the Full of Wonder collection, which was such a gorgeous collection. It was one of the first collections I worked with when I joined Creative Memories. So here we've got our layout. It looks like we've got a square photo, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 photo here with three horizontal 4x6 or three. Well, this one's a 5.5 by 3.5 photo going down the left-hand page, and then we have two 4x6 photos going across the right-hand page. We've got some fun pattern paper and borders that they've used in theirs. So this is a great layout because it has a good variety of horizontal and vertical photos. And it's got some fun borders on here and embellishments. It's just a cute layout. I think this is going to come together super quick, actually. So let's look at what photos and product I'm going to be using today. So it is May, and May is utter chaos around here. There's graduations, all the end of school year stuff, and I recently got back from the Creative Memories trip that I earned, and I literally got off the plane and have been running ever since. Until last week when I got super sick and had a fever for 3 days. And then I wasn't running, I was dying. But now we're getting back at it. So anyways, May has been insane. My cute daughter-in-law actually graduated from college, and one of my daughters is graduating next week from high school. So we have had lots of fun celebrations and end of school year things and lasts and fun things to scrapbook this month. So I am actually going to be scrapbooking some pictures from her graduation. Look how cute this is. This is my son. He's buckling her shoe up for her. And this is my husband and I with Eliasa, my daughter-in-law. We went to her graduation. They do a thing where they walk across campus from Old Main to the Spectrum, where they have kind of a graduation ceremony the night before, which we went to that. That's where this picture's taken. And then we bolted from there. We didn't go, we watched her walk across campus. And then Jason and I ran to another venue for my other daughter, who was the soloist in a concert. And so we ran over there and made it just in time to see her play. And then the next day, that morning, we actually had, she had her graduation ceremony commencement where she walked and everything. And so, and then we went and had a picnic breakfast afterwards. And so this is us at her graduation and then the picnic breakfast afterwards. And so these are the pictures I'm going to scrapbook. And Creative Memories had released a perfect collection for graduation. It's called Hats Off. It's just kind of a mini pack, which is nice for a theme like this. There's just 6 sheets of double-sided paper in here. So let's take a look at what we've got. We've got this fun gold and black angled stripe, and then the back side of that is this checkered pattern. We've got a black and white polka dot. And the other side is this Congrats Grad paper with the graduation caps, which is super cute. I love the star paper. And then this Hats Off, the graduation caps on the back side of that star paper. So super cute paper, which I think is going to work perfect for my photos. This also comes with the Hats Off Variety Matte Pack. So we've got some fun matte pack cards to use. So the future belongs to you. These are super fun. The future's best. I love that. Congrats, grad. These would be fun. You could even make cards with these too, as well as use them in your scrapbook. I love that diploma right there. The best is yet to come. Some super fun cards here. Hashtag graduate. Awesome. Okay, job well done. They've got a good variety on here. There's another on to the next journey. So today's your day. Ooh, that's cute too. All right, so we've got some fun map pack cards, and then there's also an embellishment pack that had, I opened those already, that had these 4 borders, which I love them both. Those are super cute. And then it also had a bunch of embellishments here. So we've got some tassels and caps and grad. And this has got some good size embellishments. I really like if there's a variety. Oh, I like that. The future's yours. I really like when there's a variety of sizes. You really do want thinking like small, medium, large in your embellishment pack. I would like to see more variety in the sizes of the embellishments that we get in our embellishment packs. Sometimes I feel like they're all the same size, and I'm like, no, I need some big things and I need some little things and medium size. So we've got lots of fun. Oh, look, I loved this. And there's a from the map pack card, and there's one that's an embellishment. Okay, so lots of cute embellishments. All right, let's see what we're going to do here with this layout and kind of get to work on it. All right, I'm going to use, I've pulled 2 sheets of black cardstock for my base. I know you see me use white a lot, but I want to tell you, black is a great base because it really does help. Things really pop off of black, like they do white. So the reason I pulled black is because I love this paper and this one. These 3 are probably my favorite 3 sheets, and 2 of them are a white base, and so I didn't want like a white cardstock for my base plus white base pattern paper. So I pulled the black because of that. So because I think I'm going to see a lot of white with this pattern paper. All right, so as far as how this layout is going to look, let me make sure I'm on camera and maybe even remotely straight. That's always a fun perk bonus. All right. And okay, on this side, they had 2, on the left-hand side, we've got 2 4x6 photos. And then the middle one is a 3.5 by 5.5, and then there's a 4x6 photo mat for this photo, which I could see this one even being, I would pop it up so it's raised. And then they had a little photo over here that's a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then across the right-hand page, they had 2 4x6 photos. But with mine, I actually did a 4x6, and then I did 2 3x4s that are like this. Okay, so that's kind of the picture layout that we have going on here. Let's look at a couple of things that I'm going to want to switch up. I'm going to want a little bit of a frame between these. So I think I'm actually going to cut my 4x6 down. I'm going to cut a little bit off of each side so that there's a little bit of a space. This might not be enough. We'll see. Between the photos. Now that is only leaving that much space between the left and the right. I think I'm going to cut a little bit off each side of here so that I have a little more space on from the edge of the layout. So I don't have my photos going quite clear to the edge. That gives just a little bit of, it almost gives it like, it looks like the photos are matted. You know what? I'm going to cut just a little bit more. Off each side. That way I can leave a little bit of black space between my photos like that. Okay, that's going to be good. Now I am going to kind of deviate from, like, the layout's going to be the same, but where my pieces are and I cut out is going to be different. So they've used a pattern paper for your base, for both bases. I don't know that I want to use a pattern paper for my bases, because look how much of the base is covered up. And I don't want to waste pattern paper like that. I don't want to cover it all up. So I do like how they've got the pattern paper across the top and bottom here. And then looking at our pieces, we've got piece E, which is a 6x12 that is right here. This is what that 6x12 is, which I think is going to be black cardstock for me. So I'm not going to cut out the 6x12 because I'm using like that as my base. And then there's a 1¼ inch piece across here. And then you have the top and the bottom of the layout, which is a pattern paper, which that's where I'm going to actually want to cut pattern paper. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to use pattern paper for my base because I would be covering up the majority of it. I would rather cut a strip of pattern paper for here and here and use the black cardstock as my base, and that's going to be this piece right here that's visible. So this 6-inch piece down the middle. And then I could either use 2 sheets of pattern paper or 1. I definitely want like where they've got this border here and down here, and I actually have this border, which is the flags, which I think is kind of a fun border. So that could be a possibility. I could actually pull that exact border out. But looking at my pattern paper and borders, I really like this star piece, and then I really like these borders here. So I think putting something like this across here, or putting the cute little those. I think I kind of like this, the words right now is what I'm kind of leaning towards. Across here. I'm liking that. And then I think using the star paper across this bottom and top is nice. That's cute too. I don't know that I want to use this one because I've got the congrats grads right there. So, and then also across this side, which I would definitely need to mat and do some other things there. So, and then that would frame the photos with the black. Okay. I'm definitely liking, I think, this star paper. All right. So what I want to do is figure out how much pattern paper I need for this strip right here, and for this strip right here, and potentially that strip as well. So here's what I know. I know that this space is 6 inches, and that this strip is 1 1/4, so about 7 inches, which leaves me 5 inches left. And there's definitely more space down here than up here, so like kind of a 3-inch and a 2-inch piece here. So the question is, am I going to be putting another strip of pattern paper up there? Or do I need to include that? So right now I've got about 3 inches across the bottom. And then kind of this border. And then am I going to want a 1-inch strip? I actually wonder if I want that 1-inch strip maybe across instead of the top, across the bottom. I should be scooting those up like that. Because I have 5 inches, there's 6, 7, that's 5 inches. And maybe doing like that. And then do 2 inches and 3 inches. I think I'm liking that. Let's get my paper trimmer out here. So I am going to cut a 2-inch strip. Now I am going to pay attention to the back side because I would probably want this. Okay. Two-inch strip across here. And then I wonder if I want about 3.5 inch across the bottom. It's definitely easier to cut more off than to add. Like that. That's looking good. I'm liking that. All right, then I'm going to need the piece across this side to the left-hand side. And H is 6.5, which means 5.5 inches is what that piece is. All right. So it's looking like that. Okay. That's looking cute. Liking that, liking that. All right. And then this H I'm doing in the black cardstock. But then they did have a 4x6 matte F for this photo. And I think this is where I want to pull from my matte cards, because I think I want to pull either the yellow or the gold out of here. And so this is a great place to use these matte cards. Maybe, but I think that's got a too thin of a border. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so here's the gold. And I'm kind of going to look, which one do I think? And then here's the yellow. Those are yellow too. Okay, so when I look at these, I am looking at which card, because I love this congrats grad, which I could fussy cut maybe that out of the middle. The future belongs to you. Oh, I hate when they have two good cards. So, and then this one's got the gold. So I'm hoping this gold one works, because I like, of the three cards, I could see myself using those. Now, this card is a 3.5 by 6.5. So I'm definitely going to need to cut it down a little bit. And I'm picturing this framing this photo and popping it up. Now it looks like they have these photos butted up against the bottom and top of the layout, like this. And then a little bit showing on either side, and then that, like that. So I may I do want to cut down this card a little bit. So this is going to go right in the middle of it. And I'm going to need to cut off, like, just because this card is 6.5 by 4.5. And so I'm going to need to cut off to make it a 4 by 6. I'm going to need to cut off like a 1/4 inch off each side. So that the size is 4 by 6. And then put that in the middle. And then that goes right there. And that goes right there. Like that. May want a little bit of black showing on all between each of these pieces, so I kind of shifted everything over a little bit. Like that. This is looking cute. All right. So we've kind of got, other than embellishments, well, we've got some embellishments and this element. And then here that they have matted and added a matte card. So it looks like piece B is 4 3/4 by 8. And then they've got some, the G is a border. That's the border. And C is the border punches. So down here, if I wanted to add a little bit of a matte card or something, that could be a possibility. And this is kind of where my title is going to go as well. And so I kind of want to be thinking probably a solid, something that my title is going to be able to pop off of. Let me show you. Something like that. But I would have to cut down that picture a little bit. Let's see. I'm pulling out these matte pack cards because these could make a great little journaling side over here. Now, this is a little, I might just need some black cardstock because I do have this Congrats Grad that I could create this this look, because this card is almost just, I'd either need to cut down my photo to make that big enough, and so, or cut some black cardstock. So let's pull out some black cardstock and cut that down. I don't think I want to use, I'll use this. I think I want it to be solid. So let me pull out some black cardstock. I'm gonna go into my scraps first. See if I have any big piece of scraps. Doesn't look like I do. All right. So this is 4 3/4 by 8, but let's see, which that's 4 1/2. So yeah, let's follow the cutting guide on this one. So 4 3/4, I can always cut it down, by 8. That's too big. And they have it this direction. I'm going to turn mine that way. Kind of like putting the picture on the bottom. Now I will say, I usually like my pictures, the people to be walking onto the layout. See how she's walking off? But she's looking back at. So, and you know these little gold strips I cut off? I'm going to stick that down there. It's kind of cute. Just stick that on there. Okay. I'm liking that. And now, I think we're about ready to glue down. All right, so let's look at our layout. I think we have really all of our base and paper embellishments done, and we're just ready to go ahead and embellish. So I like this Congrats Grad and switching that. I love this little embellishment. That's cute. One has the tassel going one way, the other one has the tassel going the other way. I could have used this for my title here. That's cute too. Why is there so many cute things? Got some fun star. here. I don't know if I want that congratulations there because I think it kind of competes. I think I like that one. I just love that little diploma. And where I've got that hat there across here. That's looking so cute. And then, let's see. See if I need anything else. What I'm thinking for journaling is maybe some journaling strips across this bottom, which would be cute. And you know, this embellishment here, cluster, really leans yourself to lots of options for your title. Like, you could do a lot of fun things. And let me see if there's anything else I want to use on here. I love this. On to the next journey. I could see myself actually cutting that out as well. That's really cute. Lots of fun embellishments on here. I love these stars, but I think where I've already got so much stars in the pattern paper that those would not, I don't need those. So, all right. I do think I want to do some sponging around the edge of my pattern paper. And doing that in some black ink. So do you like how I used my little scraps that I cut off my photo mat? I'm probably going to speed this portion up. So prepared to see fast sponging. Okay, we are all sponged up. And I just was curious, like, if I liked how that is switched on the other side of the I think we're about ready to glue down. Do I like the hats up there? Do I want to keep the stars? So cute, both of them are. I think I want to keep the stars. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then we'll add any other finishing touches or anything to the layout. Okay, I've got everything glued down, at least all the paper. And so I just need to add kind of my embellishments. So this photo I did matte, and then I did pop it up with 3D foam tape, so it's raised, but I've got these borders and this, and I've got this down here. So, and then I was looking at it and I was like, you know what this layout needs? It needs a little bit of sparkle. So I pulled out my gold glitter paper and I was looking in my pack, and I found these two hearts that I had cut out for a different project and didn't end up using them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect little bit of bling that this layout needs. And there were two little hearts. And so I think I want to add those like here. Look how that just really makes that title pop. I'm going to want to pop that congrats graduate up with 3D foam tape as well. Like this. I love glitter or shimmer paper like this. I love the glitter paper. Yes, that just makes that title pop. And then we're going to want to pop this up as well. Now, the reason I had originally pulled out this gold glitter paper was because I was thinking I wanted to add a really thin strip of gold paper so I've got these little thin strips kind of like in here, which isn't that fun? And I kind of like with this strip there that I think I want to add, and then one down this edge here. Doesn't that just add just fun little final bling of gold? So I like that. I'm going to add those to it. Now, because these are so thin, I'm actually going to add the adhesive to all three at the same time. And you're going to want to do either the repositionable, because it's like they're little dots. You're not going to want to use this because these are like little strips. So, or I've got some old Tombow adhesive that would work too. I'm trying to get used up because I'm not happy with this Tombow. So I've added some adhesive there. We're going to put this strip right down that. Oh my gosh, so cute. Like that. Don't you love what that gold glitter adds? To the layout. It needed a little sparkle. All right, let's have these two. And I'm not butting it up against the black or the star pattern. I'm leaving a tiny little bit of black showing. Like seriously, like a 1/16 of an inch. Okay. Then I think I want these hats to be popped up. So Oliesa, my cute daughter-in-law, she graduated in biology. She is crazy smart. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have smart grandkids. My son is still going to school. He's in electrical engineering. He's pretty smart too. And he's got about 2 more years left to finish to get his master's. Whoops. Let's make sure this is all straight. I'm going to be happy when this Tombow is used up. I have not been happy with it lately. But I also don't want to waste it, so I'm using it up. All right, and then I'm super stoked to use those cute sparkly hearts. They couldn't have been more perfect. You guys know I'm always pumped when I use up something from my stash. So, all right, I think the last thing I need to do is add my journaling. And I am just going to put some journaling strips right here. Probably with these, we've got these fun journaling sticker strips. Yeah, I'm just going to put some journaling strips on here and add, well, I'm going to write my journaling and then add those journaling strips on there. And then this layout is done. I'm super happy with how this turned out. Fun. This was a fun collection to work with. And we stuck pretty true to the design of the layout again. Minor changes. I definitely switched out what my base was and where I cut my pattern paper because I didn't want to cover up all of this pattern paper to have it behind this 6-inch piece here and that 6.5-inch piece here. So it worked out really well to only use one sheet of pattern paper and just cut out the pieces I needed. So that worked really well. I love the little bit of sparkle we added to this layout. Super fun layout. And there we go. I'm so excited for this young lady. She's amazing. So, all right. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to, I will put a link, there'll be a link in the description to hop on over and check out Kimberly's layout and see what she does with this project recipe. It's always fun to see each other's take on it, and that we kind of make it our own and do our own thing. So anyways, super fun. Thank you for joining me. And as always, happy scrapbooking.